Good morning, fourth graders. This is the cause and effect worksheet for the story My Brother Martin. A few of you have different worksheets this week, so make sure you check out the story before you watch the video. Cause and effect. A cause is why something happens, an effect is what happens. Clue words such as because, so, and since sometimes signal a cause-effect relationship. Sometimes one effect can become the cause of another effect, which causes another, and so on. This is called a chain of events. Read the following story, then complete the diagram. One day, some time ago, a boy named Jack was doing homework. His mother began to examine Jack's textbook. A puzzled look clouded her face. She noticed that the book was worn and missing a dozen pages. The next day, she told the school's principal that Jack deserved better materials. He agreed, but said that only schools in white districts got new texts. Schools in African American areas got old, damaged books. So Jack's mother met with a lawyer. They filed a legal case claiming unequal and unfair treatment toward Jack. A judge decided that Jack's mother was right. The Board of Education agreed to revise the system for providing materials to schools in the district. All right, so we have to think about what's the first cause. The very first thing that happens is that the mother notices that Jack's book was torn and missing a dozen pages. So we're going to say Jack's mother noticed that his textbook was torn and missing a dozen pages. And I got that right from here in the story. She noticed the book was worn and was missing a dozen pages. So then what did she do about it? What was the effect? Well, in the next paragraph, it tells us that she went to the principal. So Jack's mother went, or I should say she told the principal that Jack deserved better materials. Again, I'm getting it right from the story. She told the school's principal that Jack deserved better materials, and he agrees. So the next cause was, she decided to file a legal case claiming unequal treatment toward Jack. Jack's mother met with a lawyer to file a legal case claiming unfair and unequal treatment of her son. Remember, you can always pull these to make them a little longer. We can also highlight it and make it a little smaller so it fits better in the box and you can read it. All right, and then what was the effect of that when she goes to the lawyer? Well, the judge decided that she was correct and that he needed to revise the system for providing materials to schools in the district. So say a judge decided that Jack's mother was right and the Board of Education agreed to revise a system for providing materials. And again, it's all right here. So I took the cause and effect one from each paragraph. And let's just make these words a bit smaller so you can see them. There we go. All right. And then it says, when do you think this fictional story takes place? Use the information from the text and your prior knowledge to answer the question. So most of you probably realize that this story most likely takes place during the Civil Rights Movement. I know this because in the text it says, and then we have to go back up to the text, and I'm going to use a quotation, that only schools in white districts got new texts. Schools in African American areas got old, damaged books. Only schools in white areas got new texts. schools in African American areas. And I can't remember what the last part is. Got old, damaged books. All right, and then I'll end my quote. Also, I know this because during this time, some schools were still segregated. All right. Segregated. There we go. And I think most of you did see that Ruby Bridges movie where we talked about school segregation in fourth grade. And that's how I know I use my background information or my prior knowledge to help answer this, plus information from the story. I hope that helps.